Ever find yourself digging through those old phone books? You know the ones, massive, dusty, full of numbers and names you can barely read?
Oh, yeah, I remember those days.
It's amazing to think that was once the only way to find a plumber or a pizza place.
Right. The go-to resource.
Well, today those phone books have gone digital, kind of.
Online business directories.
Precisely. But are they still relevant in the age of Google and social media? That's our deep dive today.
Interesting.
We're going to explore a specific directory, a profitableday.com, and see if it holds any weight in today's world.
Because a lot of people might be skeptical.
Absolutely. Why bother with a directory when you can just Google what you need?
Exactly.
So is a platform like a profitableday.com just a blast from the past? Or could it be a secret weapon for businesses?
Well, let's find out.
From what I've gathered, a profitableday.com seems to be betting on businesses wanting more visibility, more SEO juice.
Interesting.
They're even pitching themselves as a second website for businesses.
So like a complement to a business's main website.
Exactly. But before we go down that rabbit hole, let's take a step back.
Make sure we're all on the same page.
For those who haven't encountered a profitableday.com, it's essentially a digital platform that compiles and categorizes businesses.
Basically an online directory.
Right, but with a modern twist. So profitableday.com, they're aiming to make businesses more visible. But how do they plan to do that? What's their strategy?
Well, they seem to be focusing on a few things. One is their reach. It's global.
So they've got businesses from all over the world.
Thousands from all over. But there's definitely a concentration in the US, India, Australia.
Okay, so those are some key markets for them.
Seems like it. And they've got a really diverse range of categories.
Like what kind of businesses are we talking about?
Everything from your usual restaurants and shops, but then it gets interesting. They have listings for antique bookbinding.
Wow, niche.
Right. Or how about bespoke perfume creation, even competitive drone racing?
It's quite a mix. So geographically and industry-wise, they're casting a wide net. But what about the actual listings? How do those work?
So they've got a two-tiered system. They have a free basic listing.
Okay, so any business can get on there.
Exactly. But then they offer these featured listings for a fee, which get better placement and extra features.
Right, so it's like a freemium model.
Exactly. Give a little taste for free, then offer more if you pay.
Makes sense. But does it work? Is it effective?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Huh?
But before we dive into that, there's something else interesting about a profitableday.com.
Oh, tell me more.
They seem to really get the whole digital marketing game.
Okay.
They're not just throwing these businesses onto a list and hoping for the best. They're pushing SEO, backlinks, online visibility.
So they're offering guidance.
Yeah, they even have a blog about it, educating businesses on how to improve their online presence.
So they're like a partner in a way.
Exactly. They want businesses to succeed online.
Interesting. But now for the big question. Does listing on a profitableday.com actually get results? So you've talked about a profitableday.com's global reach, their diverse categories, their focus on SEO, but the real question is, does it work?
The million-dollar question, right? And it's not a simple yes or no. There are definitely potential benefits, but also some things to be cautious about.
So let's start with the good stuff. What are the potential benefits for businesses?
Well, remember how they emphasize SEO and online visibility? That's actually a big deal. When people search for businesses online, directories like a profitableday.com can help you show up in those results.
So it's about getting your name out there, being seen.
Exactly. The more places you're listed, the more likely someone is to find you. And the backlinks from those listings, those can actually improve your website's ranking on search engines.
So it's not just about being on a profitableday.com. It can boost your overall online presence.
Precisely. And then there's the credibility factor.
Okay, so how does being in a directory make a business more credible?
Think about it from a customer's perspective. If you're looking for a service and see a business listed on a well-known directory, it gives them a sense of legitimacy.
Like a stamp of approval.
Exactly. It tells the customer this business is the real deal.
Makes sense. So we've got increased visibility, SEO benefits, maybe even more trust from customers. But let's be realistic. What are the downsides?
First off, don't expect miracles overnight.
So this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme.
No, not at all. It takes time, and it's important to be selective. Not all directories are equal.
So how do you separate the good from the bad?
Research is key. Look at the directory's reputation, the quality of their listings. Do they focus on relevant categories? And even with a good directory, you still have to put in the work.
What kind of work?
Optimizing your listing, making sure your information is up to date, promoting it effectively.
So it's an ongoing effort.
Absolutely. And be realistic about the results. Directories can be cost-effective, but they're not a magic bullet. You have to weigh the costs and benefits.
So for our listeners out there, how do they know if a profitableday.com is right for them?
It comes down to your goals and priorities. If you want to boost your online presence, especially local SEO and credibility, then a directory listing could be a good strategy. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right. Explore other options too.
Social media, content marketing, network, see what works best for your business. And while you're at it, think about this. How is the internet itself changing the way we find and choose businesses? What role will platforms like a profitableday.com play in the future? It's an ever-evolving landscape.
It certainly is. Lots to consider. Well, thanks for taking us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
And thanks to all of you for listening. Until next time, keep exploring.